Hey, what's up everybody? Today I want to show you guys the deck that I have been playing in Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. That's right, Brilliant Stars just came out, and of all the cards, the most exciting one for me and for, control archetypes in general is this new Floatzel card with, for 1 water energy, Floatify. It can put 2 item cards from your discard pile into your hand. So I really like this. I think Pokemon isn't going to print something as powerful as Oranguru again, but they still want Control to have something that is stronger than, say, Morpeko or what was the other one, the Slurpuff that we were trying out with earlier in the format. So this card is really exciting because for one of the first times in a while, I think Control can be pretty powerful. So I've already started messing around in PTCGO to try and come up with a really good deck that I can use. The other, I think, key card that came out in Brilliant Stars here is Roseanne's Backup, which lets you choose one of these, so you can do only one of them, but you can also do all 4 if you want. So that's shuffle a Pokemon, shuffle a tool, shuffle a stadium, and shuffle an energy from your discard pile to your deck. So we now have Stadium Recursion, which we did not have before, and we have a way to recur Special Energy, right, which is really, really good. So we can put Twin Energy, Capture Energy back. Mostly just Twin is what we're going to put back because we want to be able to use it multiple times. But this card is just so good in helping us not deck out, because then Pal Pad can put this back, and then we can add the Pal Pad back to our hand with the Floatzel. So that's kind of the basic loop. I'll go through the deck of what I'm playing right now and try and explain some of my choices, right? So we have a 3-3 line of Cinccino. This is our primary draw engine. Nothing's really changed since Sword and Shield Control. The point is we're going to discard all of these stage 1s, and then we have a 2-2 line of Zoroark so that we can Phantom Transform into those said stage 1s. After that, we got 2 Snorlaxes. We can get this active, play as many cards from our hand, and we are playing a lot of items, a lot of Pokemon tools, so that we can get value out of drawing off of this. And then once we've drawn off of this a few times in the early turns, this will get knocked out. But by that point, we should have the Cinccinos, so that each turn we can just turbo through our deck and see as much of it as possible. We also have Mew. This is additional consistency. We can look at the top 6 items of our deck, put whatever we need for the situation into our hand. And 1 Pyukumuku, which I love. I love this card. Lets you just draw 1, and then late game, your level balls just essentially become judges' whistles. You just get to draw and draw and draw and draw, and no one will ever complain about drawing cards. Drawing cards, awesome. And then for the other basic Pokemon, we have Yveltal Crowd Destruction, 2 energy, so we attach a twin. We can discard 3 special energy from our opponent's Pokemon. That's one of the ways that we discard special energy. The way we discard basic energy is with Seaking. This is our first stage 1 that we go into with Zoroark. For 1 water energy, flip 3 coins, discard energy from the active for each heads. So we're able to just go through a lot of energy really quick. Like if they knock out our Floatzel, we can go into Seaking, take away energy while we're setting up the Floatzel on the bench. They knock out the Seaking, we go back into Floatzel, we add back Pal Pad, Ordinary Rod, start shuffling things back into our deck and just keep our loop going. So that's the main loop. We have the Floatzel, of course, and then we have 1 Gorebyss, which can be really good. Rapid Strike Pokemon in play don't have abilities, so this has multiple uses. It's just really good against the Rapid Strike matchup, obviously, but it is also really important to stop Inteleons from sniping us, because we have a lot of low HP Pokemon on the bench. After a couple turns, Inteleons just sniping can kill our Pokemon really quick, so we need Gorebyss in order to protect us. We also have even more special energy hate, this time in the form of Dusknoir. Basically turns all special energy into just regular energy. This can lock out a lot of decks, especially Rapid Strike and Single Strike. So just more special energy hate. And then worst case scenario, the Dusclops. Even if we don't evolve into Dusknoir, we can still confuse the active Pokemon if we're like in a pinch and we really need just something to get going. So that's it for the Pokemon. Pretty simple. We're just discarding the stage 1s with the Cincinos and then morphing into them with Zoroark, depending on what we need situationally. We have energy hate and we have recycling our resources. So then getting into the items, we're playing 4 Crushing Hammer. The The Crushing Hammer is super important. If we already have the Pal Pad and the Ordinary Rod with Floatzel, we can just start using the Floatzel to put the Crushing Hammers back into our hand, so we can just use them again and again, really good. And then Fan of Waves, similar to Crushing Hammer, but for special energy, so we have 4 of the any energy hate and then 2 of the special energy hate. For search, we got 4 level balls, 1 quick ball, and 1 Evo Incense. I would like to play more search, but space is tight, especially with just a lot of things we're playing in this deck. So that's kind of what we're working with right now. Keep in mind, we also have 4 capture energy, so that's going to be the main ways we get into like Snorlax. We open like Zorua and capture energy. That's good because we can attach to capture energy, retreat into the Snorlax that we search, and then draw. That's usually a big turn 1 play for us. We are playing the 1 Scoop Up Net, the 1 Yell Horn. This can come in clutch just for like removing things. 1 Ordinary Rod and 1 Pal Pad. These are our main things that we're adding back with Floatzel, because Rod will shuffle back water energies and it will shuffle back Zorua and Zoroarks, right? And then Pal Pad will shuffle back Roseanne's backup and Peonia. And then we will use Floatzel, put these 2 cards back into our deck. We'll draw into the Zoroarks, into the water energies, into the Peonia, and our loop just continues from there. So for the stadiums, we got 2 Galar Mine and 1 Path to the Peak. We don't need as many of them because we have this card, Roseanne's Backup, which is really, really good for us. We can just keep recycling the stadiums. We got 2 Bird Keepers. We got 3 Boss's Orders, the most important supporter in this deck. Usually we're retreat trapping with Boss and Galar Mine if we don't have another way of stopping our opponent, if our energy denial isn't enough. So we're going to try and go for energy denial and just keep them unable to do anything. But if they do manage to get energies onto one Pokemon, we can slow them down for a few turns by just using Boss and Galar Mine. We got Flannery, discards special energy. It also discards a stadium, so we want to use our stadium after we use this. But being able to discard special energy with supporter is still like pretty good. We got 1 Marnie. This is super good early game to kind of lock them out of their hand. Late game, I usually just end up discarding it. Peonia, this card gives you access to our prizes. This is super, super important. The first time you use it, you're going to look at the 3 of the prizes, get the cards you need, because we do play a lot of one-ofs. And then the second time you use it after you shuffle it back with Pal Pad, you look at the other 3 prizes. You can also kind of use your prizes as like a bank. Like, you can put a card there that you're like, okay, I don't think I'll need this, but maybe I will. And then it turns out you do need it, so you can use Peonia the second time to go back and get that card. It's just really good at basically sorting out the bricks in your hand. The cards that don't help you, put them away into the prizes, and the cards that do help you, yank them out of the prizes. This card is so good. With all the one-ofs, the only games that I think are all nearly unplayable are the ones where Peonia's in prize. If this card is prized, it usually sucks. There are still loops you can do, but if Peonia with a few other important resources is prized, like Peonia and Floatzel, at that point it's just game over. So that's the danger of playing a bunch of one-ups, but having Peonia is so, so good. We got Roseanne's Backup, of course, and then because of Roseanne's Backup, we can shuffle tools into our deck. And because we have the Snorlax, I want to get a lot of cards out of our hand just to put them on. And so I want to do tools that kind of help us with our controlling strategies. So we got 2 Rugged Helmet. If we have energy denial in our hand, them attacking puts an energy back in their hand. And if on our turn we can follow up with more energy denial, we can lock them out of an attack for the following turn. So that can be really good. We have 1 Lucky Egg, just as a one-of. Maybe it's lucky sometimes. Ideally, you know, you could play just a 3rd Rugged Helmet, because Rugged Helmet probably helps in more situations. But I'm playing the 1 Lucky Egg because I was feeling lucky. And then we got 3 Cursed Shovel. If your opponent's deck is low, this is a really good thing to shuffle back with Roseanne's Backup. You can dump important resources. Milling 2 isn't a ton, but after a while, these can start to add up, and especially if you can just hit like 1 or 2 important cards over time, it'll really, really help in the control matchup. So I think Cursed Shovel is actually better than most people think here, especially since we essentially get infinite of them because of Roseanne's Backup, which shuffles it back. Then Pal Pad shuffles back the Roseanne's Backup. Then Floatzel adds the Pal Pad back to the hand. Like, we can just keep going, keep looping in that way. And then, so that's it for the trainers. And then for energy, we got 4 capture energy, 1 twin energy for the Yveltal, and then 2 water energy, 1 for the Floatzel, and 1 for the Seaking. And then keep in mind, we are always shuffling back those, and both the special energy with the Roseanne's backup and the twin energy with the ordinary rod. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this explanation of kind of the control deck I'm messing with right now. Let me know what kind of decks you guys are playing, if you're playing control in the current format, how you're making use out of Floatzel. I think Floatzel is one of the best control cards we've kind of had in a while, so yeah, let me know what you guys are playing. Let me know what you guys would change. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitch, all that, and yeah, have a great day.